Alex. I wanted to leave you some feedback on Essay 2. As a whole, I think that it works well. You have got some strong description in this essay. I think a good connection, good historical context, and a good claim on audience. And you've got a really good blend of your description and your analysis together. So I think that as a whole, it's working pretty well. There's just a couple of places here and there that I want to talk to you about for revision. First off, make sure that you do a little bit of editing for your punctuation use. So right here, you've got a comma splice. A comma can't separate two complete thoughts, so you want to replace this with a period or a semicolon. In this case, I would probably go with a period. This sentence here, it looks like you have an extra subject, so I would rewrite this to be, while Absinthe has a disagreeable past, the print is a good example of imagery, right? So you don't need this extra subject here. I think that your thesis is good. The only thing that I would ask you to do in terms of awkward sentences is you don't need the to be verb here. I would just say persuasive imagery. And I think that if you flip flopped these terms and got rid of your gerund right here, I think that this would be a stronger thesis. So mainly just some sentence level editing in this introduction. So going forward, the description and the analysis is pretty good. There's two areas that I want you to focus on for revision. I think that this is a fair claim that the ad is primarily targeting men. And then I also like that you believe that the image is also catering to a creative audience. And I was disappointed that you didn't expand this further. So if you want to revise this, I would ask you to make this its own paragraph. So have a second paragraph about maybe a secondary audience and dig into the ideas here a little bit more. So what would be the benefit essentially of creative people like artists and writers consuming hallucinogens, right? So you present that idea, but you don't like fully develop it. So I think on its own, a new paragraph here would be interesting. Finally, your conclusion, you kind of got into some circular reasoning here, where like you start with the claim, end with the same claim instead of saying something brand new. So instead of just simply repeating the thesis that you've already stated and already, have essentially proven in the paper, end with something new. So and you could really take this in a variety of directions, like maybe going back to a commentary on audience. But I was thinking, well, a lot of this ad makes it feel very, historically dated. But at the same time, is some of those same ideas, do we still see them in alcoholic advertisements of today? In other words, do ads that target a male audience often use sex appeal in order to sell product to men? It has been a long time since I have seen a commercial for alcoholic beverages. I have kind of neglected TV in the last few years, which I don't think is a bad thing. But the alcoholic ads that I remember absolutely use sex appeal and the female body in order to persuade a male audience. And it might be interesting to get you to make some commentary on that. What you make of that. But I think ending with a repetition of the thesis is not the strongest way to conclude this essay. And I think that you're a good enough writer that you can take it a step further. So there's really not much, just a little bit of editing and expanding on some ideas that just need a little bit more work. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, Alex. Thanks.